What are we doing in the liquor aisle? Your doctor said you can't drink alcohol.
Water.
No, you can't drink alcohol.
No, it's water.
No, this is alcohol.
No, it's water.
No, Floyd.
Yeah, this is the best I could come up with. There's an Inside Out by Hero Academia jacket for the uniform. Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome back, one and all, to the Rosario+Vampire vlogs. It has been a year since I took a look at the first season in 2020 for the Halloween season, and I'm back with season 2, and most fans call it Capu2, or whatever you want to call it. I call it season 2. And I am super excited. This is one of the few instances where I'm actually really excited to go back to school, to go back to Yokai Academy and see the new adventures that awaits. Now, bear in mind, I am filming this right now in the middle of a massive thunderstorm, so if the lights go off, I do apologize. I'll have a backup light just in case, but yeah, we're here to talk about Season 2. And this time around, I actually finally got it on Blu-ray. I got both seasons on Blu-ray from Amazon and Funimation, so thank you all, Funimation, for sending me the Blu-ray, and I am here to talk about the 2 seasons. Now, much like last year, because of the time constraints we're on, we're going to be doing about maybe 1 to 2 episodes a week, depending on the episodes in the story arc, but I figured the first 2 episodes are a great place to start because it is literally a 2-parter. So I'm actually looking forward to this. I had Brad come up and actually watch it with me, at least the first few episodes. So we're going to get these kind of done pretty quickly. So the first 2 episodes of Season 2, Capu2. Well, first of all, I want to say, I rewatched the first season again prior to getting to Season 2. And I want to say the Blu-rays look fantastic. Like, if you can get your hands on this, please do. But obviously, the first episode of Season 2, Capu2, opens pretty much like the first season. The opening shot is a girl riding a bicycle, panty shot. But this time, it's our awesome Mocha Akashiya, Outer Mocha, voiced by Alex Tipton, I believe, still, who is catching up with Skune on the bikes. Once again, doing the English voice dub this time, voiced by Todd Habercorn. And they're just riding their bikes, and all seems good. And then Mocha literally jumps Skune. They land in a flower field, and you see Skune's legs right in between her panties. We are off to a very interesting start and a bit of a risque, a bit more, ooh, we're going a little bit deeper now with this season, aren't we? Where it looks like they're about to fuck, basically, but then she turns into Inner Mocha, kicks him in the dick, sends him yeeting and flying, wakes up. It's kind of a dream, I guess, but he's basically attending his 2nd year, which I will point out actually leads to a bit more interesting turns with this season. Now, the first thing I do want to say about Season 2, man, what an upgrade from the first. I mean, the first one was pretty much a trial and error comedy based on the manga and everything, and, you know, it was kind of restraint on what they could show and what the animation style was and everything. They were still trying to find their place, or, you know their place, as Inner Mocha would say. But in Season 2, oh my god! First of all, they've definitely got an increased budget compared to the first one. You have, obviously, the animation quality compared to Season 1 is fucking beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's smooth. There's so much more detailed compared to the first season. I start to notice that. You catch that on watching them back to back. But I was thoroughly impressed with the animation upgrades, as well as the fan service, surprisingly, is a lot better. But I'll get to that in a sec. So, obviously, Skune is ascending his 2nd year. And he actually takes the same bus, the same guy, Chuck Hubert, but this time he's saying, you know, remember, dude, things get worse before they get better once you get used to it. It's going to be a lot more harder. And I'm like, that's kind of true, in a way. So, Skune's going down the road. She met Mocha. Again, kind of a repeat. It's kind of a repeat of the first episode, but it does take some twists and turns this time around. It doesn't do what I call Chris Columbus syndrome, where they just repeat the first one because it was a huge success, because Chris Columbus has done that with Home Alone 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, among other things. So, basically, he's going down the same road, gets hit by a bike again, and it's not Mocha this time. This time, it's this red-haired chick who's a little younger, but, you know, obviously it kind of is the same scenario, but in this time, instead of grabbing her thigh, he grabs her boobs, and she's like, get the fuck away from me, I'm gonna take off, I'm in a rush. This chick's like Speedy Gonzalez throughout this entire show. So I'll get to her in a sec. So basically, Skune catches up with the girls, so Mizure, the Ice Princess, Kurumu, the Succubus, Yukari, the little witch character, and then also Ruby is here for Yokai as well. That's a pretty cool thing to have Ruby the witch also involved. And just catching up like old times, and, you know, it's like a big reunion, and, you know, in a way, it kind of made me feel for Skune and his friends, because, again, this is coming from a perspective from somebody who's never seen the second season fully, so this is a new experience for me, and it's coming up on, like, I think 10 years since the show was done. We're still waiting for a season 3, but watching season 2, and seeing those scenes where, like, they're catching up, and, you know, they're hugging each other, saying, we've missed you, welcome back. You feel that in a way, because in this case, on my end, it's like coming back to a place you knew 10 years ago. And you're seeing these friends 10 years later, and you're seeing kind of where everything's been. So it does leave a longer capacity on my end, but for the characters, I do kind of feel that. I thought that was very wholesome. But this time around, the girls have fans, and not just guy fans, girl fans, simps, a lot of them. And they are just pining over these girls, over these girls. And there's a whole scene where they see Mocha, and they are groping her, they're grabbing her thighs. It's just like, big old, this is a big nope. Fan base, nope, 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 so much nope, okay? So then they go to their lockers and find out they have fan mail. Look, as a person who gets fan mail, I agree with that wholesomely. I understand that. But Mocha gets like thousands and thousands of them, and one of them is in the shape of that Pokemon Hamtaro bat thing that breaks the fourth wall all the time. And the letter says to Mocha, I'm coming to Yokai, I'm looking forward to see you so I can end your life. So this is this is like stalker behavior. This is like Jodie Foster fan levels of behavior. Oh my god. Like, so everybody's obviously freaked out. Who is this mysterious character wanting to essentially kill Mocha? What the fuck? Right? This is crazy. So we're kind of back to the typical school scenario. They're back in the newspaper club, Wolf Boy's there, I can't remember what his name is, and it seems to me like him and Ruby are kind of having a thing, which I'm like, you know what? That's pretty wholesome. I mean, I was always thinking he was going to end up with Kurumu, but if he's with Ruby, hey, that works too. So basically, we have it where this new student who Skune met in the forest has been acting kind of weird, kind of in shadow, we don't know much about her. But at the end, she starts picking fights with a lot of the students. And in the assembly hall, where they're all supposed to do their kind of welcome back to school year, basically she is fighting a bunch of different monsters. There's even a Frankenstein monster, which I do like at the start, you know, roar, Carla, me, get girl who trying to make fun of me, you know. So she's kicking their ass, and even Mocha recognizes this, and she's like, guys, we need to fucking go. We need to leave now. Please go now. Like, she's very cautious. And when when a character does that in a show, you know there's gonna be trouble. So, it's gonna get crazy. So basically, this chick's beating up, red-haired chick, the one Skune met, who's beating up all these monsters. Even the teacher's like, I'm the only teacher here, guys, please come down. And then one of the monsters says, shut it, teach, and like literally throws the thing. It's like, okay, bye. But all that's going on. Mocha obviously gets her rosary taken off by Skune, and Inner Mocha shows up, voiced by Colin Clinkenbeard once again. Now, one thing I will say, in terms of updates, in terms of increasing the budget, they also increased the fan service to where this ain't a hard PG-13 anymore. Like, the first season, you could kind of get away with being a 14A or a hard PG-13. This is an R. Season 2 is an R. Because you're not just getting fan service, you're not just getting panty shots, you're not just getting some mild nudity, you're getting full-on nips. You're getting full-on boobs and nips. Like, it's like, hot damn, you increased your budget. In more ways than one. But, so Mocha's transformation this time, literally her inner self comes, like, basically kind of peels off the outer like a snake, so the outer kind of folds back in this really nice side shot. The animation, again, fucking gorgeous on this season. Like, I was so impressed with the second season going in. And what happens is that Basically, Mocha comes in and says, guys, all y'all stop fighting. But then all the fanboys and fangirl simps are like, that is the ultimate goal. And she's even telling all of them, shut your fucking mouths. And basically when she, you know, kind of takes the thing back on and, you know, Outer Mocha's there, it turns out for the cliffhanger of the first episode and leading into the second episode, this red-haired chick who has been causing trouble in the school is Mocha's little sister. I think her name is Coco. I can't remember. It's really... I'm only still getting used to these new characters, but Coco, Mocha, get it? Coffee. But yeah, Mocha has a little sister. And this little sister is trying to kill her. And we obviously, you know, get to part 2, the second episode. Coco is also in cahoots with the bat thing. That's the fourth wall. And even the show is like, I thought he was only here to make fourth wall jokes in the series, but he's actually in cahoots with her. It's like the writers were planning this the whole time. Now, I didn't say that as a joke. They actually say that in the show, so they are self-aware, which I really love. So, yeah, Coco's trying to kill Mocha throughout this entire two-parter, and it's really interesting because, like, again, the action scenes are really great in this first 2 episodes, and what I love, too, is that part 2 opens with sort of like the narrator who says, when the rosary on her chest is removed, Mocha's innocent soul vanishes and her inner vampire awakens. And it kind of has this sort of, you know, like narration voice and everything, but they do this thing in the beginning where they show a very dark image of Mocha and saying, you know, vampires, S-class monsters, the greatest of the 9, or whatever, some Gandalf shit. But what I really like about this season, there's a track in the music that I really like, and it's in the menu for the second season. And I can't say what the song is or describe it, but the best way I can, like, I don't know what the title is, but the best way I can describe it is, like, it's a mix of Supertramp's Breakfast in America with a little bit of that song called Build-A-Bitch, where it's like, you know, the first bit where it's like, bum, 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 and you want to just sing, take a look at my girlfriends or girlfriends, because they're the only ones I got, and then, like, it immediately goes to, you know, this ain't Build-A-Bitch, you can never pick and choose. It's one of those things, it's kind of weird. Can somebody do a mix with this song as, like, the main beat track? Please do. Fuck, I'll do it. But it's kind of cool to see that. I like that song. The song's actually pretty seductive and pretty catchy beat to it. I kind of like it. I kind of dig it. Very chill. So, basically, Coco's trying to kill Mocha throughout this entire episode, and she's always trying to pick a fight. They're always trying to hide from her. It kind of becomes a bit Scooby-Doo, where it's like, zoinks, we gotta get away from this weird vampire chick, man! But we kind of also see backstories, too, in this episode. We find out that they were kids who were always fighting with each other, and then Inner Mocha was like, okay, Coco, I gotta go because they're gonna steal away my strength with this outer shell version of myself, so I probably won't be seeing you anymore. And so Coco's been trying to find her ever since. So basically, it is kind of sort of toxically cute where she wants to kill Mocha, but she also wants to be with her sister, and it's actually kind of wholesome. But what happens is that it kind of leads to this pretty epic fight where all our combatants are there, all our matches from the previous season that were all in the final battle at the end are all now saying, let's go. Avengers, they're all just like, Monster Avengers assemble! And they all just kind of are going to try to tag team her. They obviously get their asses handed to them, which I really like. You know, like, that the first time, like, okay, we're going to put all our effort into this one bitch. Let's go. Boom. Get their asses kicked. Like, this chick is a new match. And even Mocha's like, y'all need to get the fuck away. Even Skune gets in and almost dies half the time. Like, you see his brain splattered by hammer. And it's pretty crazy. So, and it's funny, too, because, like, when Skune bleeds, also Coco senses the blood and is like, oh my god, that blood is delicious. And even Mocha's like, oh my god, get away. So, all it leads to is basically Mocha saying, hey, can we not, like, let's be sisters and try to get along. And eventually, you know, I think Coco eventually calms down, but she's still like, I'm gonna get you, sis. I'm gonna get your ass, right? And, you know, ends pretty typically as your typical Rosario+Vampire episode, or your two-parter, your intro to the show. And honest to God, this was a great start. It not only, I mean, yes, it does repeat the first one, But it also kind of does some new things. You think you're going to get the formula, but then they change it 360 and say, no, we ain't doing this. We're actually just trying to catch you all up what the tone of the show is, and still is. We're just upping the ante in both story, plot, and fan service. And with the increased budget, with the increased storytelling, with the, just the developed characters and everything, I really dug the hell out of this first two-parter. This was a great way to bring me back to Yokai. I felt I was right there with them, and it was a great way to kind of go back and say, hey, good to see friends again, old friends. I mean, on their end, it's been a year, but on my end, it's been 10 years. Again, I haven't seen the second season. I've only seen the first, and I saw that 10 years ago. So, it's kind of, I really dig the first two episodes of Season 2. It's a great start to the show. I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it. I'm going to have a blast with this, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens next. So, I dug this first two. Do I like it more than the first episode? It is very conflicting, because it is 2 episodes instead of 1 episode like we were last time. But it does up it. But I do like the first episode a little better, but this one's pretty close to being my second favorite episode, or two-parter, or story arc. So I'm going to definitely give this one a good 9 out of 10. Like, this was a great way to get back on track, a great way to see the scale, how much the popularity of the first season did, and how they got an increased budget, and then they obviously did more fan service, but what's interesting is that the fan service is done appropriately. It's actually, because now we're kind of used to this, we're kind of like, okay, let's up the antics and actually give it more of a romantic side to it. That's, I think, what makes it appropriate, is that they romanticized the fan service a lot more in a very almost seductive, very racy kind of, like, it's a natural way, and I kind of dug it for that. So, 9 out of 10. Go check out this first, if you want to get back on the show, definitely check out the first 2 episodes. This is a keeper. Really dug the hell out of it. So, again, guys, thank you all so much for watching this vlog. We're going to be doing more of these all throughout from the end of September all the way through October as part of our grand Halloween stuff, along with Mummy Month and so on. So, thank you all so much. If you guys want to go support the channel, link to our Patreon, just $1 more, we'll get you access to all of our content, as well as other special features. And tune in next week when we take a look at 2 more episodes. And I have no idea what's in store. Again, this is coming from a perspective, a first-time perspective. Unlike when I first reviewed the show years ago, in my early days, I did the first season. But and that was a first impression. Now this is a first impression of Season 2. So, check it out. Let's keep this going. And yeah, guys, until the next video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms signing off, saying welcome back to Yokai Academy. I know I'm wearing the shittiest Yokai Academy cosplay imaginable, but this is all I got right now. And I will see you guys next week for episodes 3 and 4. So until then, see you guys later. Take it easy.